We got another food video. Extreme Muslim food in Morocco. Can't believe they allowed this. They about to eat some camel hump, gang. Like,
right now, I'm holding the head of a camel, a crucial ingredient for one of the most shocking foods you will find in the country of Morocco.
There's another camel just chilling in the background, too. Or no, what is that?
A crucial
I don't know what the hell
for one
that
of the
is.
most shocking foods you will find in the country of Morocco.
Today, I'm on a mission to uncover extreme Muslim food.
It looks insane.
Foods that follow Islam.
That was Goop Scoop.
Mission to uncover extreme Muslim food.
It looks...
What the what is that?
It's insane.
Foods that...
Oh my gosh. Bro, that's like a full bird.
follow Islamic dietary laws, but are so rare and so unusual, you won't find them anywhere else in the world.
This one's very big. This cow must have been
The fuck is that?
a heavy drinker, or at least used
That's a
ketamine.
liver.
And by the end of this video, I'll be coming head-to-head
Holy cow.
with a camel.
That nigga lives it. That nigga, what the
When
fuck?
they sacrifice, the head is sold.
But first, an outlandish
What the
Moroccan
hell?
breakfast featuring this, a special dried beef suspended in pure beef fat. The recipe, which takes days to complete, comes from Fez, a 1,200-year-old city and the cultural capital of Morocco.
All right, folks, right here we have a whole truck full of these halved cows that are coming into this factory, and now they're a crucial part of today's very unique Moroccan breakfast.
This is a 155-year-old family-run business, specializing in classic Moroccan artisanal treats and
Clay. This is an ancient, iconic food of Morocco, and it starts with thousands of pounds of beef here in this factory.
Okay, that's beef. Low-key, I thought that was camel.
Let's get started.
once the meat passes the quality check, it's moved to the butchering room. The fat is trimmed from the meat and set aside for later use.
What really makes this dish unique is the interplay between
gloves?
meat and fat. Right now, they are dividing up those two macronutrients on this table, and the meat is cut into strips like this, what you see here. Boom. Take
Okay.
He does it real quick.
With our meat in hand, it's time for a little seasoning, a secret family blend that they will not tell me. What I can say is this recipe typically includes the use of cumin, coriander seeds, paprika, garlic, salt, and pepper. Once coated, the beef
this
is sent
nigga
to the
making
rooftop
jerky.
for the next crucial step.
What I love about this factory is that it's impossible to not include the traditional step of drying the meat outdoors in the sun. Up here, there are over 1,000 pounds of beef that have been drying, and this is the final result.
probably
Let's see
stink.
what happens when we take one off. You can see the texture
I don't like jerky, so
here.
I get the concept, but that's
I want to see if
wild.
it snaps. What's it do? Yeah, it's kind of dry, kind of gummy. The best part is this is not the end product. There's still another crucial step, and that is bringing the fat back in to the recipe.
Remember that fat we trimmed earlier? It gets rendered down in a massive vat, creating a rich base where that dried beef is submerged.
And we have reached the final step of the kli making process. This is where the fat and the protein reunite. So the beef is gonna cook for 3 hours. What's amazing is that this is obviously a very ancient traditional recipe, but somehow we're in this factory where they're recreating this product on a massive scale because the demand for it is just that high. It looks insane. It looks like big, thick pieces of rope.
After packaging and cooling, the fat encases the meat, forming a protective barrier that locks out air and moisture, effectively preserving the meat for up to 2 years. These days, you can find this food all over Morocco, creeping its way onto breakfast plates throughout the country, like at the restaurant where I'm headed to next.
Najat, this morning I went to a kli factory.
Clay factory.
I went to a kli factory.
Bravo.
Thank you. Well, it turns out that's the star ingredient in our dish right here.
Melt the clay fat in a pan over medium heat. Cut the clay meat into bite-sized pieces and add them to the pan, letting them soak up that rich beefy flavor. Add even more fat, then crack in some eggs.
I think we have 2 dozen eggs here. There's a lot of eggs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's a minimum
galore.
6 eggs here.
Now stir gently,
Yeah.
letting the eggs mix with the fat and meat, creating a savory omelet, absolutely dripping with grease.
That's has to be
That's a lot of
amazing. We gotta just try it.
Ooh, that's a lot of grease. Damn, that's
Transfer
a lot.
everything
Oh,
to a plate.
damn, that's
Don't
a lot
forget
of
the
grease.
fat and toss some of
Damn,
that
that's a lot of
local
grease.
bread on the side.
You take a piece of bread, it should be cut with hands. And then, look, this is the technique.
Suck all
And
the
then you
grease
do like
up.
this. Your fingers don't even touch, you know?
Well, it touched a little bit. My thumb is doing an alley-oop. I've got some oil, I've got the egg, I've got the meat. Is the meat gonna be tough? Last time I touched it, it was like a rope.
Dining with me, celebrity chef Najat, who years ago hosted none other than Gordon Ramsay.
I can see where
I
that
love
could
how
be
it tastes.
good.
The fat has gotten
it's
in
just
there
definitely
between
a lot
the
of
muscle
grease.
fibers, and it's created this unique texture of something that's partially chewy and partially full of fat and soft. I've lived in Vietnam long enough, a place where people love chewy food, that I've come to appreciate that texture, not just like Americans who like everything soft.
I think if you are able to eat just a quarter, you will feel very strong and you will feel happy, and you have the fat, eggs, which is very important for human beings, correct?
That's right. I'm going at it. I like it. It's really addictive.
No, it's very nice.
Better than just eggs. It's better than
I
any
tried.
single component here alone. They work
That's a lot of
together
fucking
like
grease, though.
like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right, I want to talk about something else. When I go to Muslim countries where people are eating all halal, you generally don't find that many bizarre foods. In doing research for this country, I did find there were many foods that, even though they are halal, still I would categorize as kind of bizarre.
Yes, sir. I have a lovely camel head with the tongue and everything, with the eyes, waiting for us.
Would this be considered
was a
bizarre,
camel
especially to some younger folks here in Morocco?
Yes, sir.
Camel, while not as common as beef or lamb, remains a cherished delicacy in Morocco. It's often enjoyed in the form of a burger patty or sausage, but
Bro, my granddad used to tell me McDonald's was made from camel meat, and this shit is crazy.
eating the whole head, well, that's for those who have completely lost their minds.
Holy cow. Yeah. That's a, I don't know what I was expecting, but this is a big camel.
The motherfucker is huge.
Does a rising tide really lift all boats? Well, rising tides can do a lot of things.
YouTube doesn't like stuff like this, but this is food.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
With respect.
And respectfully, I want to give it a little bit of a sniff.
Smell animal.
Yeah, it still smells like a camel pasture. It's heavy, by the way. This is like a 20-pound head. How common is it to eat the head versus the meat?
Always when they sacrifice, the head is sold.
Najat, let's do it.
Let's go.
Can I get a takeaway bag or perhaps a small crate?
Najat is headed to a restaurant to whip up a mysterious meatloaf made from camel spleen. Meanwhile,
Camel
I'm handling
spleen.
the camel head, starting its transformation into something resembling food by first singeing off its hair.
All right, folks, we have our camel head right here, and we have
Burn
come
the shit
to
out
a
of it.
communal oven. Right down here is the oven, and the guy who's anxiously anticipating my camel head. Here's the problem.
hurry that
Everybody
shit
in
up,
the
I'm
neighborhood
hungry.
here comes to get their bread baked. But going in that same oven is this right here. How is it going to affect the taste of the bread? I'm not
Right.
going to stick around to find out. Here we go.
This shit gonna taste like camel hump.
Here is a camel head. Oh, he just
Oh, he
grabs
just
it right
grabbed
by
that
the head,
motherfucker.
and he's gonna go straight into the oven with it, and he shoves it deep inside into the flame. So far, it smells a bit, but it's not overwhelming yet. I'm told it's gonna take 30 minutes to burn all the way off, and then we go on to the next step. That is a big and unruly camel head. This is gonna be a long process.
While waiting for the fire to do its job, I'm heading deeper into the Medina in search of more bizarre bites. This place is a maze of narrow streets packed with lively markets, historic architecture, and countless food offerings. And while skewers are a popular choice, the ones this shop serves,
I'm about to say they got a lot of shish
Guys,
kebabs out there.
Feast your
Oh.
eyes on that. That, my friends, is a cow heart. And this, I want you guys to guess what that is. This is
It's
the
gotta be a
kidney
liver.
of the cow.
Oh,
And
a
look, this one's
kidney.
very big. This cow must have been a heavy drinker, or at least used ketamine.
And their
From here, he's gonna
fingernails
start slicing
dirty.
the organs, and that's gonna hit the charcoal, and we're gonna get a second breakfast. Take a look right here. This guy makes quick work of these frozen kidneys. It actually is a lot easier to cut a kidney when it's kind of semi-frozen like this. Thank you. Very nice guy. Great hospitality. Here's what I love about his shop. He has seating here for about 3 people, but then inside there's seating for maybe 6 more. Not a lot of people at one time. You got to turn tables, turn them and burn them, get people fed and get them out, right?
Welcome, brother. Sí.
Thank you.
Once the heart and kidneys are chopped up,
Cutting that joint
they're
like a
skewered,
watermelon.
then grilled over hot charcoal. Chef Alarbi has 44 years of experience on the grill. In this time, literally millions have passed in front of his shop, taking in the aroma of cooked meats. After the skewers leave the heat, he sprinkles the lot with his personal spice mix. And finally, my carnivore diet is ready to begin.
Folks, we have our second breakfast right here, and I've got Alarbi looking over me like a guardian angel. The vibe of the Medina is wild. We are in just this narrow alleyway here. Actually, if you look just across, this guy is selling bread on a short table. This woman right here, she has a couple of breads that she's selling, including these little pancakes. A pancake known as bouglère. The pronunciation's kind of tough with some of these Arabic words. We're gonna start with my favorite animal organ, and that is the heart. I don't care if it's a chicken or a cow, this is an animal organ I absolutely adore. I'm gonna use this as little bread gloves. Rip off a piece, use that to grip it and rip it. It's cooled down a little bit, but it's a nice texture and it's a very nice flavor. The two most distinct flavors are chili powder, because it's a little bit spicy, and cumin. Here's what cumin is. Get your taco seasoning, that Ortega pouch, rip it open, and that really present smell in there, that's cumin. It's a very solid piece of meat. It's fatty and there's a lot of flavor. Actually, it does make sense to pair this one with a little bit of bread, just to cut down the richness a bit. I like it. Moving on to meat, our next meat right here, the kidney. And if I'm honest, kidneys are not my favorite. When I think kidneys, I think of that time I was with the Toga tribe in Tanzania, and they made me eat it raw. Grab it with some bread gloves, peel it off, and let's throw back some kidney. Oh yeah, it's good. A strong flavor of cumin. Usually the organs, they can be gamey, there can be a lot of minerality, but they're pretty neutral actually. I'm a big cumin fan. If you are not a fan of cumin, you will not like this, but you also won't like a lot of other Moroccan dishes, because cumin plays a heavy part in seasoning food here. Wagon guy, cart man.
Now back to the camel head. With its hair removed, I bring it to a
Oh,
Moroccan butcher,
shit.
who, for only 20 bucks,
Like
attempts to
Jay-Z.
scrape off any remaining hair scraps before absolutely pulverizing the cranium into unrecognizable head chunks. In the meantime, I'm heading up the street and down an alley to try a delicacy from the Sahara Desert that few locals have even heard of.
We have come to our
Should
next
it be?
destination. This is my guy, Adil. How you doing? Pounded?
It's probably pork.
Boom.
Nah,
If you walk up to this cart and look at the sign, it will say steamed meats, but that only tells part of the story. The rest remains in here. In here you will see some very unique cuts of the cow. Now, you might have thought the heart or the kidney was unusual, but wait till you see what we've got in here, starting with this. This is a pretty easily identifiable piece of meat. Look at how soft and steamy
That's a
that thing
fucking
is.
tongue.
This is a cow tongue. Glorious. But the tongue is just a warm-up. This is what I'm really excited for. That right there is the cow's udder. These are the mammary glands of the cow. So that is going to be part of our next meal. Also their soup. Let's go.
Flies everywhere.
When an order comes in, he chops the tender meat into bite-sized pieces and plates them up.
What the
Okay,
Fuck!
this was not a want, it was a need. I had to get my hands on this red sweat set. I've never seen a
A sprinkle of cumin, salt, and chili powder for a bold kick of flavor. And to keep up with tradition, the organs are served alongside a soup made of legumes and tomatoes, some sweets on the side, and that old familiar bread.
Right here we have our adventurous lunch before me. First, soup. This looks delicious. It looks thick,
Everything
hearty.
you get like it's been sitting for a while.
Okay. Heartwarming, especially on a cool day like this in Morocco. I'm gonna work my way up to the cow udder. But first we have the cow tongue,
Chef
and then
first,
right
though.
here,
He
the
got
cow
that shit on.
cheek. The cheek is one of the most prized parts of the cow.
Cheek.
As with many of the foods here, you gotta get some bread gloves, grab a big load of meat, and push it on with your thumb.
Sloppy Joe.
That is delicious and heavy. If this got steamed a little bit longer, it would be too long. This is almost becoming a paste. It is so soft. It's almost breaking down into nothing. And then we have this right here. This is the tongue of the cow. Here we got bigger, broader, more distinct chunks. This really looks delicious. Now, what's interesting about this place is you can either get the meat cut up on a plate like this, or you can have them jam it into a sandwich for you, but I've gone with the meat on the plate option. That's delicious. Oh, the texture is awesome. And then there's just one meat remaining. Take a look at that. This is the cow udder. It is a strange interconnected maze of tissues meant to create and distribute milk out the nipples. I'm gonna try to rip it in half just to show you how soft and tender it's gotten. Now compare that to the texture
like
of the udder that we ate in Thailand,
cornbread.
which was kind of tough and stretchy. This is gonna be a completely different experience, so let's go for it. What? A little bit
His shit's gotta be wild. Have to be wild.
spongy, but it's been steamed so long, the tissues are really just almost falling apart. Wow. And there's a crap load of salt on there too. It's broken down, it's soft, but the texture is unlike anything I've had before. As you break it open, it just looks slightly bizarre. But as you eat it, it's very soft and it's fairly indistinguishable from the cow cheek, for example. When I ate this in Thailand, it was kind of milky. It had a dairy aftertaste to it, but here, there's none of that. Well, it really just tastes like salt and cumin, because that's what they put on here. I like it. This is something new. This is also gonna be our final taste of cow, because now we're graduating up to the camel.
Oh shit. Oh my gosh.
The camel head, now broken down, heads
Oh
to
my
its final
gosh.
stop, Najat's restaurant. First, she seals her traditional steamer with flour paste to direct the heat to the top. The head goes in one terrifying piece at a time. After adding salt, Najat places the lid on top.
What
Once fully braised, she places
kind
the
of witch voodoo shit they cooking?
camel head and serves it along with salt, cumin, and paprika. At last, our ultimate bizarre Moroccan dinner can begin.
Najat, you've outdone
What the hell was?
yourself. Moments ago, I was holding the whole head of a camel in my hands, and now I'm kind of blown away by what I'm seeing here. It's like a big pile of bones and skin and meat. What a glow up. But we're not gonna start with this. Instead, we're gonna start with this. The spleen.
And inside is a planet.
Whether it's your spleen or that of the camel, this organ is in charge of filtering and recycling blood.
It has a nice sheen on it, like it's just been rubbed down with baby oil.
And blood.
Baby oil. I could make a joke, but I'm gonna keep it.
It turns out it can also be
She was about to make a Diddy. She was about to make a Diddy joke. Damn.
used as a sausage-like casing after being stuffed with ground camel meat, olives, and spices.
The next move is, if you allow me, to make a little sandwich for you with my hands.
Please. So you split the bread in half. Ooh, and then you attack it from an angle.
Yes, sir. I will remove the fat if you don't mind.
Will you make some for yourself too?
I will, chef. I call you chef, yeah?
More of a mid-tier
You
YouTuber.
are a human being who show the job that we do.
I've got my spleen, I've got my salad.
A little bit spicy if you like, and then you just eat it.
Oh, wow.
Like
That
a
is
cold
remarkable.
meat
There's so much
sandwich.
flavor. I can't believe how juicy and delicious this turned out.
I like it.
Completely not what I expected.
You know, Morocco is a country of color, flavors, and lovely hearts.
It's almost like a processed meat loaf in the way that has this uniform texture.
See? Yes.
A big piece of bologna or something like that. For me, it's very garlicky. There's cumin, tons of animal fat.
Garlic is one of the most beautiful probiotics that we need to put into our system.
Well, my wife doesn't like it if I eat it raw.
Listen, I have a chewing gum. What can I say?
In a moment, we're gonna try the camel, but first I wanna learn a little bit more about you. You grew up in Spain.
I live in San Sebastian, born in San Sebastian.
To what age?
My whole life, my parents live there, my brothers live there.
What's drawn you to Morocco?
The power of the universe. My parents every summer bring me to fest. I have to walk barefoot. I go to pick up oranges and mint and lovely, wonderful vegetables. Those are the flavors and the aromas that they are inside of me.
So when you were younger, did you ever have camel head?
A head, no, until I was more than 16.
I think we should give it a shot. I'm looking at it. Look, you can see this is teeth, and you can see the insane texture of the inner cheek.
How about this one?
Well, this looks nice too, right here. This is a giant piece of, I think, the bottom bone.
Flies
And
in
the
there. There's flies in there.
meat seems to kind of peel right off of it. Ooh, there we go. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of salt. Cheers.
It's like you go to a petrol station and you buy,
Jerky?
yes, sir.
Yeah, it is softer than jerky. What's resounding about this is it was put into the communal oven that imbued this smoky flavor onto it.
Everybody brings everything to the local oven. It's normal that the aromas also go into the meat.
And listen, these aromas also went into some guy's bread. And so their bread's gonna be a little bit different today.
You will say, smells like something I've not, what is this?
I gotta say, I'm blown away. And can I be super honest with you now that I like it? When I looked at it, I thought, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like that.
It's okay.
Well,
it's just a tiny, nice, lovely animal, you know?
Pi.org is going to be your new favorite browser extension. With Pi App Block, visit your favorite websites and...
Yeah, look, it's not the prettiest bell at the ball, but it tastes great.
You have diamonds, you know? How do you get them to be nice and shiny and lovely? You need to go inside, yeah?
When it comes to your influence on Moroccan cuisine, what do you want to achieve?
My duty is to preserve what everybody is cooking with knowledge. I'm keeping a culture as a flavor, memory, sensorial. That's it. I would love to have this country appreciated like any Asian country, like Mexico, like India. So my duty and my job and my feistiness is to let the things of this land and this country to be recognized in the world. That's it. I don't want any...
He's in the back screaming. That is... Oh, she got paired. I'm tweaking.
Yes.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank you.
Hungry for more fun food videos? Join me at more Best Ever Food Review Show, a channel that's unfiltered, raw, half the quality, and twice the fun.
Can you walk away and come back? Oh, look, the server.
Subscribe now, and you probably won't regret it.
Now my favorite food memory. Jesus. Oh, is there a fight? I want to do like a top 10 ranking of countries where you think people are fighting, but they're just talking loudly. Ghana is up there. Morocco, I think, might be up there too.
For a guest like you, we never done a head like this, but for other human beings, yes.
For all the human meat?
And other human beings?
Oh, other human beings. Okay, good. I only talk to carnivores.
Thank you.
Yeah. For the rest of the day, my plan is to venture out into the world as a young Moroccan boy, so he cannot keep a hold of his heads. As soon as he gets ahead, it moves. It heads out. Right now we are contributing to a traffic jam. I'm so fascinated with his shop here. First of all, a couple of things. Modern day marketing right here. He's got the QR code to all his social medias. Barbecue Alarbi Fez. Look at this Photoshop. He's got the name of the place up here, and then he's got a cow, some very happy looking sheep, a camel. I mean, money cannot buy this type of Photoshop. I mean, if you paid money, I think you would expect more, is my point. Tongue used to be this weird food to me. When I was like 12, my dad bought a cow tongue. It was in our fridge for like a week. I saw it getting older, and then suddenly it was gone. Dad, what'd you do with that tongue? Boom, that is it for video number 2 here in Fez, and the second video in Morocco, quite frankly. From here, we have a lot more to do. We're gonna go to Casablanca, and then we're gonna go to another city by the ocean. We're gonna go to Marrakesh, which is maybe where I'm standing now. Oops. Before we go, I want to say a huge thank you to Najat for joining me. You can go to her restaurant in Fez. This is the Instagram right here for her restaurant. It's called Nur. Go check it out and experience it for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. That's it for this one. A peace. All right, how am I going to find my way back to my hotel? I did find a nice guy with a cab that was unmarked. I think I'll get into his car. Or was it a...
All right, man. If you made it this far, go ahead and drop a 7 into the comments. Let me know that you made it this far. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help the channel grow so we don't see ads no more. You'll probably like this video up here or down here, and I'll be in the next one. Go ahead and click on it, and I'll see you there. Smooches.
We gon' leave here what we came with. Nintendo 64, we ain't switching on the same shit. And Pex on the track, sound like I'm speaking Spanglish. Send my jeans, and I promise ain't no Wranglers. 19 on me like I Georgia swap with Debo.